Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha, Girivaradhari, Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana, Yashodanandana Rajajana, Yamunatira Vanachari, Yamunatira Vanachari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Jaya Radha Madhava, Kunja Bihari, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bhagavatam ki jai, ISKCON Köln Yatra ki jai, all glories to Shishi Guru and Shigoranga, all glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna to everyone. Welcome to Bhagavatam class. I'm happy to be here again and have your association. So we reading this? Yeah? Can you read?
Continue reading from the Transcendental Diary. To get to this stage, though, means we have to be like Narottam Das Thakur, Queen Kunti and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all of whom pray to attain the stage of Akinchana Gochara, complete freedom from all material wants. If we want to enjoy something materially, Prabhupada told us, there is no question of Bhagavad Bhajan, because even if you have little pinch of desire to enjoy material comforts, will not be admitted. Although coming to that stage might sound difficult, Prabhupada said that it isn't if we have the right mood. So Bhakti, devotional service, is not easy, but at the same time very easy. One moment's business, one moment's. But I must be willing. Krishna says, Sarvadhaman parityaja mamekam sharanam. If I do it immediately, but that I'm not willing. He gave a little chuckle of irony. We have seen so many persons. Krishna says directly that you surrender unto me, but still he says, when Krishna will be merciful, then I shall do. What is this nonsense? Krishna is directly asking you. Again, he has to become merciful. What kind of mercy? These are all pleas, different pleas. Actually, he doesn't want that. I shall not surrender unto you, sir. I shall place some pleas. That's all. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Gauradesh Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. So we're reading today Canto 5, Chapter 10, entitled The Discussion Between Jada Bharata and Maharaj Rahugana, and text number 3. By the way, today is Tirubhav of Lokanath Goswami, Vaishnava Festival. Tirubhav Mahotsav Lokanath Goswami. Shri Lokanath Goswami ki jai. So we'll read Sanskrit translation prepared by His Divine Grace Abhasham Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Cheva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashta Presham Bhadrishu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatam Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki Shinvatam Swakatha Krishna Punya Shravanam Kirtanam Hridyantosta Bhadrani Vithunotis Vritsatam. Atha ta Ishvara vacha Sopalam bham upakarna yupaya Yadhata Ishvara vacha Sopalam bham upakarna yupaya Tu yachankitam anasastam Vijnapayam babhu I don't know what's the middle here. Just read like this. Athatu Ishvara vacha supalam bhamupakarnya yopaya.
Atata Ishvara vacha supalam bhamupakarnya yopaya.
Tu yachankitam anasastam vijnapayam babhu. Please, I would like to recite something.
Atata Ishvara vacha
Atata Ishvara vacha
Sopalambam upakanyopaya Turiyakshankita manasas Tam vigyanpayam babu Atata Ishvara vacha Supalambam upakanyopaya Turiyakshankita manasas Tam vigyapayam babu Atata Ishvara vacha Supalambam upakanyopaya Turiyakshankita manasas Tam vigyapayam babu.
Translation by Srila. When the palanquin carriers heard the threatening words of Maharaj Rahugana, they became very afraid of his punishment and began to speak to him as follows. Prepared by Srila. According to political science, a king sometimes tries to pacify his subordinates, sometimes chastises them, sometimes divides them, and sometimes rewards them. In this way, the king rules his subordinates. The bearers of the palanquin could understand that the king was angry and that he would chastise them. End of the purport. Om Agyanati Mirandasya Gena Gena Chalakaya Chakshurumilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manopishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Svanyupakada Mahyam Dadati Svapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalam Shri Guru Vaishnavam Sha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagnaradhunadham Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijanam Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahaganam Lalitam Shri Vishakam Vitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Kanta Namostate Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sutta Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishna Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nityanamane Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashyatya Deshatine Yantah Pravishtavam Chimam Prasuptam Sanjivayanti Kila Shaktidaram Sadhanam Anyam Shahastam Chanam Shaunam Samadhikanam Navagavate Pushadipyam Durgam Padimdasi Skala Padarma Durgidrushki Payastinak Santa Santa Lambanam Gurave Guru Chandra Shratikadale Shri Krishna Krishna Bhaktiyata Bhaktiyana Namaha Yasya Prasada Mejna Pisarva Sadyagana Vrada Ishtanya Devamai Bhagavan Samprasidata Shasham Sadam Yuktanam Bhajadam Priti Purvakam Dinam Budhiram Taminam Vedate Krishna Shakti Vedana Hitara Parvatana Kala Kala Vedama Krishna Nama Sankirtan. Hare Krishna. So the pastimes of Bharata and Maharaja. One of the amazing leelas throughout the Bhagavatam. And this pastime is described in 3 life stories. We remember the 3 life stories for Bharata and Maharaj. First one was when he born like a king, Bharata, and then he fell due to improper association. So next life he became deer, but not usual, unusual deer, transcendental deer. And third lifetime he born like a Jada Bharata in Brahmanical family. And like a Jada Bharata, this story actually depicts a power of pure devotee. So how pure devotee is powerful is. And Jada Bharata, he was like extremely advanced. He was completely self-realized person, topmost devotee, highest level of transcendentalist. He was a Paramahamsa, Mahabhagavata Vaishnava. And it is explained in Bhagavatam, giving definition who is a pure devotee. It is saying, Sarva bhuteshu yah pashyet bhavati bhutani bhavati atmani bhavani bhutani atmanam yesho bhagavatuttama. Bhagavatuttama, topmost Bhagavat Vaishnava. He sees within everything the soul of all souls, Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. He sees everything in connection with Krishna, and he understands that everything is situated within Krishna. So he just sees everything, wherever he just looks, he sees Krishna everywhere. And also it is explained in Chaitanya Charitamrita that he sees everything in connection with his beloved, worshipable Lord. Stavara Jangama Dekhina Tara Murti Sarvatra Nijahaya Ishtadeva Spurti. Ishtadev means worshipable deity. So he discriminates all different images of this world, like movable, unmovable, but still he sees behind of all objects of this world his beloved Lord, Ishtadev. And that's why he never experienced any enmity, envy, dvesha towards any other living entities, because he understands. So Krishna is behind. So that's Krishna's arrangement, everything. So he just, he's in full yoga, in full focus with Krishna. In other words from Ishopanishad also nicely explained that. Sarva bhuteshu, yatu sarvani bhutani atmani evna pashyati sarva bhuteshu chatmanam tatona vijjugupsatah. So he never experienced vijjugupsata, means envy towards any circumstance or personalities or situation in life. So he completely just focusing in full-fledged Krishna consciousness. And that's why he equally disposed to everyone, in this world. He sees everyone on the same level. He sees everyone as a spirit soul and in connection with Krishna. Vidya vinaya sampane brahmane gavi hastini shunicha vasapakicha pandita samadarshana. Samadarshana means he sees everyone with the same equal vision. Samadarshana. Either cow, elephant, or dog eater. So on the same level. He understands everyone as a soul, spirit soul, as their own servant of Krishna, no problem. So I serve everyone, I see everyone as a pure devotee. And that's a vision of pure devotee. He sees everyone as a pure. There is no necessity to preach to them, because everyone is already in connection with Krishna. And he sees only himself as a fallen and not qualified, disqualified person. That's a vision or consciousness of pure devotee, of full-fledged Krishna consciousness. That's what Bharata, Jada Bharata was, self-realized. And that's a vision of pure, let's call, transcendentalist, who sees everyone on the same equal platform, and he doesn't actually see the necessity to preach, and he kind of in a distance from all living entities. He just he just liberated. He on the platform of Shuddha Sattva. He completely self-satisfied and everything okay, so don't need to preach to anyone. And that's a vision of Paramahamsa or transcendentalist. And it's kind of spiritual, let's say, egotism, spiritual egotism. He's a little bit selfish in a spiritual way. He doesn't want to preach to anyone. He just, satisfied and everything okay. Everyone is pure, everyone is a soul. But pure devotee, he merciful, right? See, he wants to liberate everyone. He wants to give mercy to anyone according to his position in this world. That's why he, from position of Uttama Bhagavata, he steps down to the level of Madhyamadhikaya. So he steps down in order to preach and to give mercy, to liberate everyone. And there is a definition of Madhyamadhikaya given in Bhagavatam. Ishvara tat abinishu balisheshu dvishashu chat prema maitri kripovakshat tat karoti chamadhima. Madhyamadhikaya, he able to discriminate different living entities. It doesn't see like Uttama Bhagavatam, everyone is pure devotee, everyone is connected to Krishna, Krishna is behind it and everything situated within Krishna. It doesn't see like that. He steps down, now he can discriminate. Oh, this person, he is a devotee. I should make a friendship with him. And according to his level, if he is a senior, I have to serve. If he is equal, make a friendship. If he's younger, I can give him mercy. then he sees around and he sees sincere personalities. So he wants to give a mercy to them, shower mercy upon. Or also he discriminates envious, asuram bhavam ashritam. So he avoids them. Indifferent, he becomes indifferent, neglect them or avoid, let's say. So, like that. And also he worships Supreme Lord, he manifests his love towards him. So he doing like this. That's Madhya Madhikari. And he's merciful, so he wants to share mercy, he wants to give mercy. And he compassionate. And in fact, word compassion is equal to word to definition of bhakti, let's say. They're like synonymous. It is equivalent. Like it is saying by Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he writes, softness of the heart towards Krishna is called bhakti, and softness of the heart towards other living entities is called compassion. So pure devotee, what is called Madhya Madhikari, he's a compassionate. He's also pure, but he able to discriminate. Uttama Madhikari, he doesn't discriminate, you see. He's completely in transcendental reality. He doesn't discriminate. But Madhya Madhikari, he's also pure, completely pure. He has prema, but he able to discriminate in order to share mercy. So, and here, Jada Bharata, he was a totally pure and transcendental above the modes of nature. He on Shuddha Sattva platform, Shuddha Sattva, raised above the modes. But still he was a devotee, and devotee means compassion. So he compassionate. And he gave mercy to 3 different personalities here. In his story we'll regularly, I don't know, with 3 different stories throughout his life. Jada Bharata gave 3 kind of mercy to different personalities according to the modes of nature, where they're situated in. So he met thieves and rogues, those who wanted to kill him and sacrifice to offer to goddess Kali. Then he met his brothers and neighbors, and also finally he met Rahugana, King Rahugana, and he shared his mercy according to their position and their influence and their nature of influence by the modes of nature, let's say. So first of all he met thieves and rogues, so they attacked him and they wanted to sacrifice him, just kill him. They were in which mode, which guna is that, which mode of nature they've been situated in the mode of ignorance, deep tamagun. Huh?
More than ignorance.
Yeah, tamagun, deep. Yeah, pure tamas. So, then in deep tamagun they attached to bad habits, they wanted to kill people, sacrifice, do some kind of magic things, or some kind of dirty rituals, human sacrifices. So they deep tamagun. So they attacked him and they just, wanted to kill. And he showed mercy to them. How? So he asked goddess Kali to manifest and kill them. And they've been killed and been liberated. In the next lifetime they become liberated. So he manifested his form as a pure devotee. They were able to absorb him for some time, for a little while, and then they've been killed by goddess Kali and they've been liberated. You see, that's a mercy for the person, those who in tamagun. Otherwise they couldn't receive in any other way mercy. So then he associated with neighbors and brothers, relatives of his. And they fed him. They've been materialists. They have been situated in passion, a mode of passion. And they fed him. They gave him rice and oil, cakes. So he gave them mercy. So how he gave them mercy? Does anyone remembers? According to their qualifications, they have been situated in a mode of passion. So he associated with them, and he, for a long time, manifested his form of a pure devotee. And they were able to accumulate pious credits, merits, sukriti. They were able to accumulate this pious sukriti in the course of time, because they were associated with the pure Mahabhagavata Vaishnava. So they got this pious credit. That was his mercy towards passionate people. And then he met this Rahugana, King Rahugana. He was king, and supposedly king is situated in a mode of passion. He's situated in a mixed modes, like passion and sattva, but dominanta of Rajagun over sattva. Normally, like kings are there. The little sattva and majority is the passion. And it is proved here because and when he was carried in balance, what is the word? Okay, he was disturbed by these carriers when he was carrying the palanquin, and he tried to step over the ants, those who crawling on the ground, and because he was affected by this ahimsa paramadharma as a dharma principle, he was like non-violent person. He tried to avoid violence, and finally king was disturbed. And immediately he got angry because he'd been agitated by the mode of passion. But although it is saying by Vishwanath Chakravarti, he was a jnani, that king was a jnani, and he was actually in sattva gun. A little bit rajas was there as well. So he kind of dominanta sattva over passion. He was like that. And due to his situation in a mode of goodness, he gave him mercy. What kind of mercy he gave to him? He revealed himself that he is a very advanced person. You know the story, you remember. He hid himself, he hid his real nature, real advancement. He became mute and deaf and dumb and mute and whatever, and he just pretended to be like a little bit crazy guy, yeah, just to avoid all materialist and all fame, name, adoration. So he just wanted to avoid and just go quickly back home, back to Godhead. Because he was self-realized. He just was waiting till the end of his life and just go back. But here, he realized he is in a sattva gun. He could understand. And he gave him mercy fully. What he gave him? Jnana and Bhakti. He gave him Jnana and Bhakti. So he explained him knowledge of the soul, Atma Jnana. He gave him understanding of Tattva. Yeah? So you are the soul, you are eternal servant of Krishna. So there are laws of nature, there are Supreme Lord. So you are connected to Him, you are always in relationship with Him. So you have to perform practice, you have to do your sadhana and attain perfection, go back home. So he explained him Sambandha Jnana, this preliminary knowledge. He gave him fundamental philosophical understanding of teaching. Jai Shishi, Jai Gauranga Dwelni, tägliche, Jai Shishi Bharata, Jai Shishi Jai. So, Jadabharata gave him complete understanding, so he gave him Jnana. And then he inspired him he gave him Bhakti as well. So Bhakti is the highest gift. So he was able to perceive it, and he gave him final precious gift of bhakti. So because all jnana, everything, vairagya, jnana, yoga, everything meant to bring us to the level of pure devotional service, bhakti. Bhakti is a total, is a supreme, highest method to realizing our eternal relationship with the Krishna. And so according to different, pure devotee is very powerful, but different living entities, according to their situation in the material life and within the modes of nature, they got different adhikars. Adhikar means qualification. That's why pure devotee has different approach to different living entities to give them highest mercy. And you see, for the Tamagun people, he gave them darshan, he arranged for Kali darshan to them. Kali darshan means death. She killed them all. And that was a mercy, that was a benefit for them. Otherwise they could have continued to perform sins and they went to hell. They would have gone to hell, but he arranged a different way. Right? There's a mercy, you understand? So somebody thinks that death is not mercy. But for them it was a mercy, really. And then, again, mode of passion. He gave association, he gave them chance to accumulate pious credits. And then for Sattva-gun, he gave full, complete mercy. So you see, now we can conclude, we can make a conclusion that actually to embark on the process of bhakti, real bhakti, we have to be in Sattva-gun. We have to practice Sattva-gun. We have to be situated in a mode of goodness. And it is saying in the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna said himself, Brahma Bhuta Prasanatmana Shochiti Nakanksati Samak Sarvesha Buddhishum Mat Bhaktim Lapate Param. So when you're situated on Brahma Bhuta platform, you're free from all influence of lower modes of nature. So then you can practice Param Bhakti, Mat Bhakti Lapate Param, Param, Supreme Bhakti, pure, unmixed Bhakti, without any mix, Mishra, Jnana, Karma, and Yoga. So this is qualification. So if we look at our situation, how we embark on the process of bhakti, so let's draw the parallel to our life, right? So I don't know who you were in your life, but some of my cases, I was in ignorance and sometimes passion maybe. So ignorant people, they don't receive mercy from the devotees. I mean, they receive mercy, but it's like it will fructify after a while, after over a period of time. They give him some mercy anyway, but because they situated in deep mode of goodness or tamas, they could not start immediately practice. You see, people of Kali Yuga, they're like that. Who gave him mercy? Who gets bhakti immediately? Over a period of lifetime, over a period of time, they will able to start. Then people in mode of patience, they are gaining mercy by pious credits, by accumulating pious activities. It's called Satya Kripa and Mahat Seva. They get in Satya Kripa and then they were able to do some seva, little seva. I mean unconscious way. It's called Agyata Sukriti, understanding? Agyata Sukriti. Unconscious way. And then the Shraddha will arise in the heart. Shraddha, or transcendental faith. Paramarthika Shraddha. So most of us, we are probably in this case, so in that kind of condition or situation in life. So we accumulated pious credits over a period of time, and then Bhakti Lata arose in our heart. It's been fructified in the course of time. Guru Krishna Prasade Paya Bhakti Lata Bija being planted in our heart, Paya Bhakti Lata Bija, and then it's fructified in the course of time. So we became a devotee. We embarked on the process of bhakti. We started to practice sadhana bhakti. Sadhana bhakti. That's how I can see the story. And if we're really pious, but in Kali Yuga it's a rare case, we could start our bhakti immediately by meeting pure advanced devotee. So we become eligible immediately to start our process. And just, that's what Jadavada gave to King Rahugana. So he was able to realize it and he was able to start. And of course, movement of Lord Chaitanya is different. Lord Chaitanya, he was completely mad out of divine love. He did not discriminate those who in mode of passion, goodness or tamas. He just overflooded entire world with prema. So when he was on the planet, he just gave prema to everyone. So that's his supreme, highest, extreme generosity and mercifulness. So he came, he gave to everyone. Even untouchable people were able to got access to the kirtan. It's saying even chandalas. So Western people, they consider to be like untouchable. They're not connected to Vedic culture. So, but anyway, we got a chance to perform kirtan, to perform highest supreme activity, transcendental activity in this world. So Lord Chaitanya gave to everyone. He garland entire world with Krishna prema. So he put garland over entire world and he connected everyone. So he just overflooded everyone. So that's different, you see. Lord Chaitanya, he's a completely merciful, extremely generous. He didn't discriminate. What is called? It is saying here, Prema Mata Nityananda Kripa Avatara Uttama Khama Kishhu Ataya Vichara. So Lord Nityananda, Lord Chaitanya, they were just completely mad out of love, and they didn't discriminate between Uttama and Adhama. Uttama means highest, Adhama means lowest person. They gave prema to anyone. Just take it, just get it, and just become devotee. So we, in the movement of Lord Chaitanya, so we received this transcendental supreme mercy of Lord Chaitanya. We were able to join the process and we started our spiritual life. We practiced in sadhana bhakti and we doing our sadhana, and also we have to be compassionate towards other living entities. We, as our debt to the spiritual master, to Guru and Gauranga, we have to also share this mercy to everyone and bring all other conditioned souls back to the lotus feet of Lord Gauranga, which I am doing all the time, and bring them up to the level of practice of Krishna consciousness. So that's our payment to the Guru's mission, Prabhupada's mission. So we are fortunate that we are in a movement, compassionate movement of Lord Chaitanya. So it's a movement of compassion. So we have to share this mercy with everyone and preach and spend a lot of energy and blood and sweat just to uplift the living entities, those who suffer in this crazy material world, in this place of darkness. And we can see what is going on now. It's completely mad things are going on. Wars, crises, epidemic, clashes, and all these conflicts. People in Tamil, they can't practice bhakti. You see, they can't. If you tell them, like Bharata and Maharaja to those thieves, how they could practice? They're completely Tamil. So somehow or other we have to share, we have to give prasadam, feed them, and chant Hare Krishna, and do something for this crazy, foolish, dying world, which is going to hell. They're just going to hell. The Martian into the hell. So let us do something suitable and spiritual uplifting to this world. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Jai Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Any comments, questions, man? Would like to reflect on? Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu, for this very nice lecture. I wanted to ask, in the beginning you spoke about like pure devotees. My question is, can we recognize who is a pure devotee? Is this in our ability because we are still conditioned?
Perhaps we're not. Because for few reasons we can't realize, because most logical one is that if we situated below than he, how we could see his level if we just, if we below the level of his level, if he is a pure devotee, so quite high. Until or unless he reveals himself, like Bharata. If he able to reveal himself somehow or other, so we can understand, so this is a pure devotee. But most of the cases, 99%, pure devotee hides himself. He doesn't reveal. And Krishna also hides pure devotee. Krishna especially covers him. He doesn't reveal him because for some reason as well. Krishna doesn't want to see so that other people or also devotees can see, neophyte devotees can see pure devotee. Because if we understand this is pure devotee, we become eager to get mercy from him, and Krishna become obliged and also subjected to our pure bhakti when we got from the pure devotee. So Krishna hides pure devotee in order to not so that pure devotee will not reveal his mercy to everyone, and then Krishna become what is called submitted to the love of others, those who receive the mercy from the pure devotee. So Krishna hides him. You understand? This is kind of transcendental.
No, I don't get the point.
Transcendental trick. So when is a pure devotee walking around? So we realize this is pure devotee. So we'll get from him pure bhakti, and then Krishna becomes subjected to our bhakti that we got from this pure devotee. So Krishna doesn't want to reveal his pure devotee. He hides him.
What means subjected?
По-русски это долго. Subjected, submissive, subjected. He's become controlled by. He got under the control of those persons who got bhakti. So whoever gets bhakti in this world, so he able to control Krishna, right?
Yeah.
So if we met pure devotee, so we able to get from him bhakti by serving him by any means. So we'll get bhakti, and then Krishna becomes submitted to us, to our bhakti. You understand? So that's why Krishna hides pure devotee, so that we not become submissive to all others. So he tests us. Are we really eligible to get this bhakti or not? You understand? Yeah. So this is the point. Yeah. So Krishna hides him, and also we not able to see him until or unless he reveals him. You see?
Yeah. One more question. I have one more question. This question is in regard with the nectar of instruction.
Nectar of instruction?
Yeah, because in the nectar of instruction, Prabhu writes that we should accept an ultima adhikari as our, or it's better to accept ultima adhikari.
Spiritual master.
Yeah, spiritual master, exactly. And when we are not when we don't have even the possibility to accept, how we can know who is a Uttama Alika? So if there's no...
We have to accept most advanced devotee by our estimation. Whoever most advanced, we have to accept him, right? We should not estimate devotees according to our preferences and what is called antipathy, or like all kind of material estimation, like he may be nice kirtaniya or well-spoken person, or he got somehow charisma, material charisma, and good qualities of character, he's attractive. We should not estimate by those qualities. We have to understand how he advanced in Krishna consciousness, and according to that estimation we have to accept. According to our ability to see the things. If we don't see, we have to, take advice from advance. Not like preferences and all this kind of antipathy, this duality of this material world. We should not rely on that. That's material. And we're gonna get, maybe we're gonna get troubles because of that. So if we accept spiritual master on that platform, so then we don't know what's gonna happen in the future. Because sometimes even neophyte devotees, even beginning devotees like Kanishta Adhikari, he could be very charismatic, he could be very talented and well character, with good qualities, and we could be attractive to him, but then he became like maybe fallen in the course of time, lost his position. So we have to estimate through the spiritual approach how he is advanced in Krishna consciousness, and we have to accept most advanced. Otherwise, as much as he advanced, to that much he push us to that direction. If he's not completely advanced like Uttama-Adhikari, we never receive prema, because prema could give you only Uttama-Adhikari. Madhyama can give you something, but still Uttama is best. Uttama. You see, that's why we have to accept most advanced. If we accept Kanishka or Madhyama, so we get to his level at max, at last, and then we have to find another person who is most advanced, more advanced than he, so that we can continue to the goal of life, to the Krishna prema. Right? Mm. Mm.
I was thinking, why do we need generally this, terminology to a pure devotee? Yes, because when we say he is pure, he is not pure, what shall I do to be pure? What shall I do to be Uttama-Adhikari, something like this? Because pure devotee doesn't know that he is pure devotee. Because the humbleness is the basis of everything. So, in Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he writes that karma and jnana are not mixed with pure bhakti. Pure bhakti is unalloyed devotional service. Yes? So we are in the conditions of communicating with each other, and we are different. And bhakti comes from bhakti, and bhakti causes bhakti. So if you want or not, more or less influenced by each other. If we don't want, it's not possible to escape. A bit, nevertheless, will be, yes, with anarchas, without anarchas, but we are influenced because it is the law of material nature. We have body, not, but we have. So my question is, why do we need this, how to say this, to say this level pure devotee?
To see.
Maybe we can say, okay, we're speaking about bhakti, it's clear why we need bhakti. But why Tamadikari is a pure devotee. Why do we need this word, pure devotee? Tamadikari isn't enough. Why is it pure, not pure?
Actually, couldn't understand exactly your question.
I see. So my question was, why do we need the definition of pure devotee?
Definition?
Definition, because that is definition, yes? Pure.
Yeah, definition given in Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it is a qualification of pure devotee, how he is a transcendental, to what degree he is transcendental. So we can see it. So there are three levels of the devotees. One is a completely transcendental, totally, he is in spiritual world, even maybe he is in material world by his body. Then Madhyamathikai, he is an intermediate stage. He is one leg on the material shore and another leg on the spiritual realm. And Kanishta Adhikari, he is both legs here and in the material world. He is a Prakrita Bhakta, materialistic devotee. So he looks like devotee, but actually he is a Apraya Vaishnava. Apraya means almost. He's not a devotee actually. He's almost. And he is by default he called devotee, so that he was able to get access to sadhu sangha. Otherwise he would not able never make a progress. That's why he called devotee. Okay, you're devotee. Just by default you're devotee. Just come to sadhu sangha and become real devotee. You understand? That's the point.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
But does pure devotee know he is a pure devotee?
And does he? Probably not. He thinks about himself like most fallen. He got utmost, utter humility. So he felt himself like really like lower than the lower than the blade of grass and more tolerant than the tree. So he said that's to everyone. Why he respects to everyone? Because he sees everyone with connection, in connection with Krishna. He sees everyone like a pure devotees. But he himself he feels like I'm fallen, I'm completely fallen. And it's not like material humility, this is transcendental humility. And humility is equivalent to prema. The more we have humility, to that much we have prema. It's like, like they're going together. It's like cause and effect. Humility and prema. They're cause and effect. Understand? You got humility, you will get prema. Prema Trishnya Dainya Mata. First for prema is a mother. Prema Trishna is a mother of what is called Prema Trishna Dainya Mata. Mother of humility is thirst for prema. Yeah. Right? Yeah, this is pure devotee. He's like that.
Yes, but pure devotee doesn't know he's a pure devotee.
Yeah, he doesn't know. Otherwise, he would realize I am pure devotee. Yes. So that's kind of disqualification. When I'm pure devotee, then all other fallen. So that means I'm top. So that's pride.
Kumar didn't want to take the initiation, Brahmanical initiation.
Brahmanical?
Kumar, yeah? He didn't want, he said that if I take Brahmanical initiation, yes, from the Brahmins, that he was a king, yes, when he was traveling.
Gopkumar.
Gopkumar, yes.
He got Gopal mantra, Gopal Gayatri mantra.
Yeah, it's clear, it was at the beginning, yes. Yeah, that's it, but he refused to...
Okay, yeah, I remember.
You remember, yes, he said that then I will be the same level like you, and that I want
with
to
my
worship
spiritual
you
master.
for my position. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it, yes.
He didn't want when he reached highest planets like Maharloka, Tapa, Gyanaloka. They offered to him Brahmanical.
Yeah, that's what.
They said, okay, you can become Brahman like we are. And he didn't, he refused. He didn't want, Because for pure devotees there is no necessity to be Brahman. It's material. Brahman is material. Sannyasi is also material.
What is not?
Devotee is not material nature of the devotee, but these designations like brahmachari, sannyas, grihas, brahman, kshatriya, vaishya, they're material. They're material designations.
That is the Russian.
Yeah, material. Magic.
Okay, thank you.
No,
In addition to this question, not only their automatically, but also madhyamatically and kanishtatically doesn't. Can we ourselves recognize our level, or is it more for somebody else this information to make this designation to discriminate? Because not only their automatically, but also kanishtatically cannot recognize that he's kanishta on the level of kanishtatically. This view is not there.
Kanishka doesn't, because he doesn't have ability to discriminate. Only Madhyama. Madhyama can discriminate. Oh, this devotee, this sincere person, that one is envious. This devotee is more supreme, more higher, more advanced. This equal to me. That one is younger. So let me give him mercy. So he knows how to reciprocate and how to discriminate between different levels. That's Madhyama. That's real definition of Madhyama. But Kanishka, he doesn't. He has no ability to discriminate. So he has to use superior intelligence. He has to approach to the advanced counselor system. I don't know, some. Yeah, he has to ask for Prabhu.
Just to your question, if possible, if I may ask. Just to your answer, small question. About Kanishka to differentiate.
Differentiate.
To differentiate who is innocent and who is not, and whom. So that's about being compassionate.
Yeah.
Is it correct?
Yeah.
That's why we differentiate.
Not only. No, in order to associate in proper way, so we have to discriminate. You see, if we're not able to discriminate who we are, on which level we are, so we can mix up, we can mess up, and then we can commit offense against. You see, if I don't discriminate, that person is more higher than me. I started to associate with him on the same level, so this offense. Then again, maybe I'm overestimate myself and just think I'm more superior than that one. So let me just, become like kind of patronize him, like give him verses. But he's like, maybe he's even a senior than me. So you see, that's a kind of problem. So I have to be exact, understand different levels so that I can build up proper relationships with the equals, with the seniors, and with the youngers. Yeah?
Thank you so much.
Yeah, this leads to the offense. So that's why we have to be careful.
My question was, you said that only the Madhyama-adhikari can really distinguish. Yeah, but also when you're what's his name? Kanishta adhikari, you also think like, oh, he's more advanced or more advanced and so on. Where's the difference between this distinction, which is actually you think your own self is very high, others as lower, and those who are on the Madhyam stage? Because they don't, they're both distinct, but those in the Kanishta adhikari, it's not.
A little bit lost. What you trying to say?
Okay. When you're on the Kanishta stage,
yeah.
Although you have not really knowledge, your false ego says, oh, you're more than him, or he's maybe a pure devotee, but actually you only see the external features, he's like singing nice and so on.
Yeah.
And on the Madhyama-adhikari stage you have really the understanding. And where's the difference between the distinction in Kanishta-adhikari and Madhyama-adhikari? Where's the difference between those?
Kanishta and Madhyam?
Yeah, like they both distinct, yeah, but one is on the, like he distincts because of his false ego, he thinks like, I'm better and so on, and the Madhyama-adhikari, by him, it's actual fact, it's not only by his false ego, but it's fact.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
Shastra. scriptures. That's a basis for discrimination of Madhyamatikai. But basis for discrimination for Kanishka, he also discriminates things, but in the wrong way. Why? Because he doesn't rely on Shastra. So he doesn't have a knowledge of Shastra. That's why he maybe rely on maybe university diploma, or maybe on his own material estimation according to TV or internet, what they give him the knowledge, or maybe somebody told him somewhere, some, I don't know, some analytic in YouTube. He heard some nice explanation of what is going on, so he just got it in his collection and started to estimate with that. But it's not correct, it's not transcendental, it's material. This material estimation, according to our material education or knowledge or level of our discriminative power. So we have to discriminate on the basis of Shastra. And that's Madhyamatikai. Madhyamatikai knows Shastra. He knows Shastra. And then he created his Shastriya Shraddha, means faith which is based on Shastra. Then he become really like knowledgeable person. He able to see through the Shastra. It's called Jnana Chakshush. So he sees perfectly. No problem. He sees everything nicely. Jnana. He maybe cannot see spiritually like Uttamadhikari. Uttamadhikari doesn't use Shastra. He's above. He transcends Shastra even. Can you understand? Can you imagine such a level? And he doesn't rely on Shastra. He sees spiritually, really. He sees Krishna really. As we see each other, like Uttama sees Krishna directly. And Madhyama, he doesn't see Krishna. He just sees Shastra, and this is message of God. That's Krishna's letter to us. You see, how to discriminate things. And then he just uses glasses, how to see the things in this world. And he, well-versed, he conversed in the Shastra. He understood all these philosophical points, and he understands this. Because of his deliberation, he came to the right conclusion. He able to see the things in proper way, proper perspective. Kanishka could not, because he still did not educate it. He doesn't educate it yet. He in the process of understanding and learning and just gradually uplifting himself. And in the course of time, he will become like that. He became himself, at least he become intermediate devotee. And then, and normally, Madhyamatikai, he never falls. Really rare case when he falls down. Uttamadhikari, he even, if you can imagine, he wanted to fall down, even he doesn't fall down. It was not possible. And Kanishka, he normally falls down all the time. Kanishka. So he learned. Yeah. Madhyama, normally he doesn't fall. Even he may be defeated by Maya or by somebody else. He firmly situated on the knowledge on the basis of Shastra. Yeah, probably he was.
Is the Shiksha Guru also able to bring one on the platform of Uttamadhikari, or is it only possible when you take Diksha?
Shiksha, yes. Shiksha and Diksha are not different. These two are not different. This is saying Chaitanya Charitamrita by Krishnadas Kaviraj. They are not different. Both of them are manifestation of Krishna. It is saying Diksha, he is a manifestation of his Rupa, or Bhagavat Rupa, or form, and Shiksha, he is manifestation of his Swarupa, essence of Krishna. So Shiksha gives knowledge, and Diksha gives initiation. Also knowledge and initiation as well. perfect case when Diksha and Shiksha are both together in one person. This is perfect case, but maybe some different cases. It's not like that, and it's not a disqualification. It's okay. So it could be like this one, like in different ways. So you receive Diksha from one person, but you take Shiksha from another. And maybe you could be more close to Shiksha Guru, and you develop a relationship more intimate with the Shiksha Guru. And this is good. This is absolutely perfect. So Shiksha non-different. So if you received initiation from Madhyama, for example, I'll give you an example in our situation. We don't know who is the Uttama. We never met him, because meet Uttama, it's actually, you have to be very pious. You have to be a very fortunate person, because Uttama is a very rare person. But Madhyamas are around. In ISKCON, many Madhyamatikas. I could tell all our gurus are Madhyama, at least Madhyama. There is no Kanishka. As far as I see, my vision is also not perfect, but I heard it also from other senior devotees. So, at least we take Diksha from Madhyama Hikaya. Then when you become more advanced and you reach the level of Madhyama, so then you need Uttama. Then you get Shiksha from Uttama, and it's not a fall. It's not an offense against your Diksha Guru. Because Diksha Guru blesses you to get highest level and go to find Uttama Hikaya. Then you find Shiksha, and then on different bus, so you will attain perfection anyways.
I didn't get Prabhu. I didn't get you, because you said
you can get Diksha Guru and he is the best.
I understand, but you said the best variant is to have Diksha and Shiksha in one person.
Yeah, best.
And how?
Best case, but sometimes it doesn't happen.
Also.
Sometimes it doesn't happen. So then you go for Shiksha to another one, and with blessings of your Guru Diksha. Better to get his blessing, otherwise, it's a little bit unpolite, or maybe not in the, what is called, etiquette. So I asked him, he said, okay, you go and just receive Shiksha.
I just wanted to say, recently I talked also to His Holiness Mahavishnu Swami, and he said in this regard that, he said like, yeah, there are a lot of Madhyam Adhikaris, and maybe they're also gurus, but in ISKCON we have Srila Prabhupada as our Uttama Adhikari.
Yeah, Srila Prabhupada definitely Uttama.
Also,
Prabhupada, he is the highest caliber of Uttama Adhikari. And all our acharyas, they are very illustrious. The topmost level of Uttamas. Because amongst the Uttamas, there are some also levels are there. So they are topmost Uttamas. Bhaksandji, Bhaktivinoda, Vishwanath, Narottam Das Thakur, Shadgat Swami, all of them, they're completely, totally illustrious people, devotees. But we don't have a direct association with Srila Prabhupada, you see. We are associating through his books, through his Vani. Vani means instructions. That's fine, that's perfectly fine, but we have to get bhava, or mood. We have to accumulate the mood from this, from the physical. Because it is said by Srila Prabhupada, there is a book Bhagavatam and person Bhagavatam, right? We have to see walking Bhagavatam, breathing Bhagavatam, you understand? Real, live Bhagavatam, living Bhagavatam, then we can get. You see, I'll give you a simple example. You got a library full of Prabhupada's books. All his teaching, everything, all his letters and morning walks, everything just there. You got everything, so you can get whatever you want. And then Srila Prabhupada himself coming, and he gives darshan to the level down, another room. So you're gonna sit here and read books, or you're just gonna get darshan from Prabhupada. Maybe Prabhupada will speak on just one topic, but you got in the books everything. So where are you going? You're going to see directly. You see, that's the point. So you have to get physical, direct association. I mean, it's not a physical. It's exchange of bhava. You have to accumulate this mood. Without this, you cannot. To some degree, you can progress, but finally, you have to get this direct association. Right? Jai Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Granth Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, ISKCON Köln Yatra ki jai, Jai Jai Shri Radhe.